All right, family. How are you? Just coming off of Instagram on IG, and that's only going to be up for about 24 hours. But I just wanted to share some information with everybody on YouTube and around the world. And if you don't know, if you wasn't on Instagram with me just recently, then you're probably about to know. But I have a new book that's going to be coming out for probably at the end of this year, going into 2020, probably right around my birthday in February, right after the election. And it's a book that deals with depression, but it's going to have a spin to it because it is dealing with a way to recognize depression using your numbers and how to motivate yourself if you find yourself caught into a depressive attitude, a depressive mind state, how to keep your mind right, and how to recognize numerous different numbers in your own chart, in your own birthday, in your own name that can draw depression to you, or that energy of depression to you. What's so interesting, I'm going to even also explain in the book about America, you know, and its depression, it's different, it's numerous depressive numbers in the finding, or the finding of America, because America was found on July the 4th, 1776. In numerology, the 4 and the 7 are the primary mental worry, depressive numbers. So if you have a United States of America that claim that their birth is July, which is the 7th month, 4th, which is the 4th day, number 4 again, the number 7, number 4, and then 1776. The double sevens are there as a master number, double seven, but also the 1 and the 6 adds up to a 7, which is crazy. And then 1 plus 7 plus 7 plus 6 equals 21, which is a 3, which is also a nerve number, which deals with nervousness. The negative, I'm just dealing with the negative or the lower frequency of each number. So I'm going to go into that in my book. And the name of the new book is called Numerovation for a Depressed Nation. Numerovation for a Depressed Nation, because I'm using numbers as a means to motivate those that read the book that may be born under a particular number, or may know a family member that's born under a particular number, just to help guide them. You can go to any other therapist, like I said, and there's a disclaimer, of course. This is by no means a book that's going to deal with that. It prescribes you to understand that this book that I'm about to put out on depression does not stop you from going to your medical doctors or your therapist. It's a means to identify what's going on in your numbers. So I disclaim any liability caused by the direct or indirect use or misuse of the information in the book that I'm going to put out, or any of my books. I make sure I always have a disclaimer, because none of the information is meant to take the place of an accredited, licensed medical health practitioner. None of the information that I'm going to share in that book of depression, but it's all really a numerovation. It's about motivating people, because numerovation is about using the numbers connected to your name and your birthday to motivate you to be your best. So, and that's a word that I've made up by putting numero, which means numbers, vation, which comes from motivation, to motivate. So numerovation for a Depressed Nation is the name of the next book that I'm going to put out. And the subtitle is called Emotional Depression is Real and It's Time to Heal. Yes, it rhymes. The emotional depression is real and it's time to heal. It really is time for us to heal as a nation, not just overall America, but the African nations, the Asian nation, the European nation. So if I can get in the Spanish nations, if I can get this book translated to all those languages, I will. I can, not if, I can do it. Because all it's a matter of having a translator, or running it through some type of computer app that can translate the book to those languages. But numbers are simple. The people are complicated, and a lot of the trauma and a lot of the depression is coming from either what's happening in politics, what's happening in family, what's happening in relationship, a numerous amount of things. That's why it's not going to be such a big, thick ass book. I'm not going to go for the thick book. I might just have 111 pages in the book, but it's going to be straight to the point and direct about numbers and using numbers as far as a means and one modality of guidance. You can go to an astrologer, you can go to a regular therapist that's been trained, whatever. But I am good at the numbers and how to use. As a matter of fact, on June the 20th, the 22nd, the June of 22nd, myself, Lloyd Strayhorn, and Kaya French will be doing a all-day workshop. And it will be live streamed on King Simon Presents, but it will be a private page, which you would have to pay for. And the live stream is going to be well worth it because we're going to have at least 80 years of practice in front of that screen. Lloyd himself is 40 years deep into astronumerology. Myself, I'm over 15, 20 years deep into numerology and in the study of it, using it practically. And then Kaya French, another person that's another 10 or more years deep into numerology or astronumerology. And all of us are going to come from a particular perspective to give guidance, to give help, to understand what are challenges, to understand what are some of our high points. But I personally am going to come from a numerovation perspective where I'm going to use numbers and show you how to use numbers to motivate yourself, how your core numbers or your destiny numbers have a motivational frequency to it, a higher frequency to it, a higher vibration. Everything has its vibration. Everything is vibrating. Even the pen and the pencil that's not moving, it has a vibration. It's how you stay on the higher vibration of all your numbers connected. That's why my Cash App has my 3 sigil numbers of motivation. I stay. There is a duality. Like I say to many people, that numbers have a duality, like everything in the universe has duality. So that 315 has its lower vibrational duality, and it has its higher. I strive to stay on the higher. So every time I look at that number, I see expansion because of the number 3. Every time I look at that number, I see the number 1, which deals with creativity and staying in the leader edge of things. Every time I see the number 5, I see adaptability. Every time I see the 8, I see money, power, but also discipline. So my Cash App is $King Simon 3158 because I made sure I added my sigils behind it so I could always be reminded of myself, of the higher possibilities of every number that's connected to me. And those are my core numbers in my birthday. Those are my cores, not even the core numbers in my destiny number or my name. It's the core numbers in my birthday, from my alignment to my personality, to the year I was born, to the life path. My alignment number or achievement number in cosmic numerology, my personal number, which can be in the Pythagorean system or the Chaldean system. The year that I was born adds up to the number 5. And then when I add all those numbers, it adds up to 17, which is an 8, which is a legacy leaving number, which deals with money and finance and the need to balance spiritual and physical, balance spiritual and physical together as one, with that number 8 showing up. So it's very important that we learn to use these numbers as a form of guidance, a form of helping each and every individual. So my new book that will be coming out, called Numerovation for a Depressed Nation. The subtitle is Emotional Depression is Real and It's Time to Heal. Again, the name of the new book is called Numerovation for a Depressed Nation. That's coming out around 2020, right either before or after the election, because believe me, in 2020, something weird and unusual and unexpected is going to happen. You think this president is something else? Wait till you see what comes. And what's so ironic about that is that Donald Trump is born, he's born June the 14th, 1948. Okay, so I think 1 plus 6 plus 9 plus 8 equals. Let me see. No, he's not. Let me see. I think I think he's born 1948. Hold on 1 second. Let me see. I know he's born June the 14th. Plus 4. I think 1948 is his birthday. I'm not sure. I gotta go look that up. But I know he's born June the 14th, and I know really his alignment number, his life path is a master number 22. And there's something about that 22 master energy that is coming up in this year 2020 that's going to reveal a lot of not only mental issues, depressive issues about certain things. Something is going to come upon this nation that we're going to have to maintain our mind when it happens. You might start seeing the effects of it around September going into 2020, but you're going to have to pay attention. And a lot of people are feeling it. A lot of the spiritual healers and readers and all that kind of stuff are feeling it. But I'm coming from a mathematical, numerical position. Now, one of the books that speak about something like this, they touch on it, but understand this book here. This is a good book. By Helen Hitchcock. I don't know if she's related to Alfred Hitchcock, but it says, she says in this book, it says, vibration 4, the year of the vibration 4, a year to settle down to hard work. It's a year of thrift and economy must be practiced after living high last year. Building a good foundation is necessary. Jobs will be scarce. Jobs will be scarce. We already see the job market going down in some, showing its inkling. That's why I do suggest, that's why in the last few years I've been suggesting, because we're in these expansion years, I've suggested that people start their own, even if they're working a regular job, start your own business. Find what you love and start your own business, because they're saying in this number 4 year coming up that jobs will be scarce, but progress will be made in manufacturing and education. So getting into next year, getting into manufacturing and educating is going to be very important for next year. But because it's a number 4, and 4 is the number of the unusual, the weird, the things that go one way and might end up turning out being another way, pay attention to what happens in the political scene, what happens in the business world and all that. And it was so ironic. A number 4 just became a billionaire in his number 1 year. Jay-Z just became the first rap artist to be a billionaire in his number 1 year, because he's born December the 4th. He's a number 4. Plus, he's still resonating in the 2018 energy going into a 2019, because he's also feeling the effects of the 2019 energy. And in 2018, he was in his number 9 year, which is a higher level, a higher thought pattern, and a year of completion, but also completing what he started. And now that he's done that, he's entered into his number, he's feeling the effects of his number 1 year. So he is the first into 2019 as the first rap artist to reach billionaire status. Numbers don't lie. People lie to themselves. So Jay-Z, a number 4 energy. And number 1 is one of his high frequency energy. And number 9 is one of his high frequency numbers in numerology, according to the study. Like if you go into Lloyd's book and you read certain pages in his book, and I like bigging up everybody. If you go to Lloyd's book and page 264, you'll find Jay-Z's good numbers are the 4, 1, and 3. And because he's entering a number 1 year, which is one of his good years, bang, he is definitely resonating on that energy. But also, if you go to Lloyd's compatible numbers, attraction and compatible, the number 4, the number 9, the number 4 is also the number 9 is also one of his neutral numbers. So number 9 deals with, it can go either or either way, because it's one of his neutral numbers, but his predominant strong numbers have been the 1, 2, 5, 7, and because connected to his birthday is the 4, 1, and the 3. Those are his powerful numbers, and he is in one of his going into and entering. Jay-Z has entered his power year as 2019 came in. He had to end and knock out a few things and settle a few things in the last year in this 2018 energy that he's still in, but that helped him to accomplish and move forward and do what he had to do. And now he's in the billionaire status. Enough respect to Jay-Z, who came out of Marcy Projects right here in Brooklyn. So enough respect to him. Numbers again don't lie. If you've seen my Instagram, King Simon Productions on Instagram, I mentioned the country singer and his devastation of his child drowning today. His son is named River, and he drowns in water. Of course, that's an interesting thing that happened. But what's so interesting about those two people, Mr. Granger Smith, the country artist, is born the same day as Beyonce. He's born 9 plus 4. He's born on September the 4th, and he's still resonating in his 2018 year energy, and that adds up to 2031. So 2 plus 3 plus 1 is 6. Feeling the effects of 7, because 7 is a transitional number. Yes, 7 is a highly spiritual number, but the 6 deals with family gains and family losses. Just to keep it simple, the 6th year that he's in deals with family gain and family loss, and he just lost his son. That's Granger Smith, the country singer. But what I found so interesting is when I read the son's birthday, who just celebrated his birthday on May the 16th, which happens to be Janet Jackson's birthday. So 5 plus 16 plus 2019 equals 2040. And 2 plus 4 is also 6. Gain and loss. This time it's family issues, family situations, and the 6 represents the balance and the need for balance within family. But also you could either go through some high level situations with your family, or you go through some low level situation with family. But in a 6 personal year, gains and loss, dealing with family. He has just lost his life, but he also lost his connection as far as being with his mother and father physically, his son River. So enough condolences to the family, enough condolences to all those that have lost people and children and family, especially at a young age. He's only 3 years old in a number 3 year. Interesting to me, very interesting to me. So I study and research these things, and wherever my spirit tells me to go, I go with the numbers and all that kind of stuff. And even with the Joshua fight, Anthony Joshua fight, and the I could have even predicted that, but because Anthony Joshua has the same middle name as I kind of went with him, and I didn't even look at the numbers until after the fight. I said, oh, now I see why this guy did what he had to do, especially being now Anthony Joshua was born October the 15th, and Andy Ruiz is born September 11th under the master numbers, and he was in his foundation year and he was in his promotional expansion year. So this fight took him over that. It's so funny. But Anthony Joshua, on the other hand, was in his 9 year. So let me see, October 10th, 15 plus 2018 equals 2043. That's a number 9 years. So that's a number of endings, completions, and all that kind of stuff, which could have been a good year if he didn't slack off. Because like Ruiz kept on pointing out about Anthony Joshua, kept on saying he left himself open. He kept on leaving himself open to get punched. And being that, remember, Ruiz is 33-1. So he's a real good fighter. Although he came in there with his weight and his belly out, like he drank a lot of Mexican beer before he came, but he was tight. He's a seasoned fighter. So you gotta, he's taking down some people. So you gotta, you gotta respect that, regardless of how his body weight looks and all that. You can't underestimate anybody in the fight. I definitely don't. I don't care how big you are. I don't care how small you are. I've seen big guys. Man, in fact, I've thrown some big guys. So I've seen some big guys. I've seen some big guys get taken down by some small guys. Pop, pop, pop. They work their body. I mean, they work from low all the way up, and they took people down. So you can't underestimate people who fight. But like I said, numbers don't lie. People lie to themselves. But the premise of this whole thing is about my new book that's coming out for 2020. And I chose that because 2020, the double two equals 4, and 4 is one of the primary numbers of depression. And when people are born under the 4th, the 13th, the 22nd, or the 31st of the month, of any month, they always have to protect their mind and protect themselves from depression. That's very important that you do so. So I'm not going to stay on here long. I was on Instagram. So if you're on my Instagram or you want to be my friend on Instagram, I did a whole thing and I answered people's questions on Instagram. I'm not going to do it on here, but I would like to say that look out for that new book. Also, don't forget, I have 2 major all-day workshops at the price of $99 all day. The first workshop is going to be on June the 22nd with LLOYD, STRAYHORN, Kaya French, and myself. And food is included. Hors d'oeuvres, light food is included with alkaline water and beverages. And with the next one, the next one is going to be Dr. Phil Valentine. Now, the numerology workshop is going to be live stream, and anybody that pays for that live stream will be able to watch it over and over again until July the 11th before I take it down. Or I might just keep it up, but depending on how I feel. But I might keep it up just for those that pay for the live stream. You won't be able to share it. It's a private thing because I shared it with you only. It's a private, because once you pay for the live stream on KingSimonProductions.eventbrite.com, then you will be able to see or get the link to that live stream, and you'll be able to watch it over and over again at your convenience, so you can learn and study and do what you got to do. However, the Dr. Phil Valentine on July the 21st will not be live streamed, will not be videotape, will not be audio tape. All phones must be turned on airplane mode or turned off or left in your car, or we will check it at the door and you come back. Anytime you want to use the phone, you got to go outside, whatever. That's how that's going to work, because due to security, there have been a few death threats on Baba Phil Valentine in the past, and we want to make sure we are protective of our brother, and whatever he says is going to be very explicit. It's going to be very out there. No children are allowed. No children are allowed. Dr. Valentine in New York City in a private, $99 for $99, $99, $99 for $99, 99 people. Each person pays $99 to get in, and it's an all-day workshop. And he's and symposium, and he is filtering questions. It's a symposium of interactive Q&A symposium with Baba Phil Valentine all day. Those people that come to all these major lectures and don't get a chance to ask a question and they want to, I be seeing long lines on each side when Phil and certain people come in and they want to ask the question, but everybody in the audience will be allowed to at least ask one good question to Phil Valentine, whether it's pertaining to metaphysics, whether it's pertaining to naturopathic medicine, allopathic medicine, homeopathic medicine, politics, conspiracy theories, all of that. We got that coming up July the 21st in New York City at a private location. If you want to be a part of any one of those, please go to KingSimonProductions.eventbrite.com. That's KingSimonProductions.eventbrite.com. If you want to come to both of them, you want to pay for LLOYD, our numerology workshop, or you want to pay for Phil Valentine and you want to come to both, you get a discount of $20 if you pay for both of them in advance through either PayPal, Cash App, and money order, postal money order. Don't come with the regular money. I want postal money order. Now, I'll do money orders with that, but just want to remind you that if you do want to be a part of that, please text me that you want to be a part of the double. You want to come to both of them at 347-496-1022, and I'll give you that $20 discount. I know if you're going by Cash App, there's no surcharges. PayPal, they kind of funny, but they're cheaper than Eventbrite. But definitely you get that $20 discount and you'll be able to enter both lectures but none of Phil Valentine's on will not be live streamed. Phil Valentine's will not be live streamed because he's going old school. He's going old school Phil. Phil has spoken for like 11 to 12 hours nonstop before. So, but this symposium that he's going to be doing on July the 21st, Dr. Phil Valentine, is just going to be Q&A. He's not doing no PowerPoint. It's just Q&A. Each audience member will get a number, or will get a number. That's what he wants. And everybody got to at least have one question. Don't come there without no question. Don't come there with skip over to the next one and all that. No, you don't want to hear all that foolishness. We want to make sure that everybody comes and have their question. Think it up. At least one. Prepare 2 or 3 of them, but prepare definitely one that you want to ask. And like I said, he's going to go down the road of metaphysics, conspiracy theories, health, all of that, business, whatever you want to go, wherever you want to go. Dr. Phil Valentine is going to go down that road. As far as the numerology lecture, we're going to go down that road. Any part of numerology you want to go, we're going to go down that road, especially if it's here to serve you and help you. All right. So let me get out of here. Once again, make sure you get my books on Amazon and Kindle. Numbers are simple. People are complicated. That's my book there. And of course, the children's book is Numbers Are Simple. Our Children's Health is Important. Very good on Amazon and Kindle, or at Dr. Africa's website. You got these 2 books on Dr. Africa's website. I believe both of them are on there. And my revised version of my book here, No Promotion is Bad Promotion and All Publicity is Good Publicity. A new added chapter has been added. I had to revise it, re-edit it, and all that kind of stuff. Just spell my name right. It's an introduction to my world of promotion and production. It's a self-help book where you can promote and produce wherever you are by just knowing the basic tenets in this book. Just the basics, even to sponsorship I got here. I even got a glossary of the people that I have worked with, from Malik Yoba, from Beanie Man, from all different types of people in the reggae industry, from the conscious industry, all of that stuff. This is in this book, and it's on sale now on Amazon and Kindle, or you can pay for the PDF. If you want to do the PDF, text me that you want to do the PDF, and I will definitely, you can pay, it's $9.99 for each book on the PDF. All right, so $9.99 times 3 would be $29.97, which is like $30 if you want them via PDF, but online at $20. I think online at $20 each. Or Dr. Africa's site, it might be cheaper. I think on Amazon and Kindle, they might be cheaper, but when you buy it from me, it's $20 each. I'm tired, as you can see. Well, get me some rest. It is now after, in New York City, it's 2:30, I believe. I'm going to get out of here. But I'm on IG at King Simon Productions. Be my friend on IG. Twitter, King Simon Prod. King Simon Productions on Facebook. You can join that public page if you can't get on my regular page, my private page, which is King Simon or MC Simon, but King Simon Productions, infinite amount of people can get on that. I want to thank everybody. And like I said, the new book is coming out called NUMEROVATION for a Depressed Nation. A lot of us out there suffering depression, especially as original people, as people of color or people of hue, we're suffering depression. And I just want to throw my information in as far as NUMEROVATION and using it as a guide to whether you need therapy, whether you need to go to the suicide hotline, whatever you need to do. Take the time, because like I've said before on this platform, that you're looking at a person that thought about taking their life 3 times. And I wouldn't be here before you if I didn't understand through numbers, through astrology, through spiritual guidance, whether it be religion of the Nation of Islam, whether it was Christianity, whether it was Hebrew, whatever I studied at that time, those different things help guide me and help me to be a better person and is a part of my development. If you look on the background upstairs, you see all the book. You got the Bible, you got the Quran, you got the Law of Success, you got all kinds of books up there. You got the Tao is up there. You got Phil Valentine's book is up there. I got different types of books because I study different things, and I believe that every religious organization, every spiritual organization, every metaphysics occult organization have something to offer if you know what to take in and what to leave out. It's all about taking in and what you leave out. I showed this on my Instagram, this book right here. Very good book. Bought it online. It's by Michael Schwinder, and it's called The Beginner's Guide for Constructing the Universe, the Mathematical Archetype of Nature, Art, and Science. Very good book. Very good book. I bought it fairly decent, but it's a very good book as far as has information on different things dealing with the spiral in nature and the different things, the different shapes and sizes that come in nature that you have to learn to recognize. The pentagon, the heptagon, all of that, different things that you can recognize in nature, in bees and animals. Very good book to have in your, if you want to download it or if you want to buy it for yourself. I don't know how many of them. I know I got this used, and I don't mind buying a used book as long as it has information that I can help to add to my books. And and when I write, because like I said, I'm going to write 10 books. I already got 3. I got a 4th one coming out in 2020, so look out for that book. And I got my autobiography coming out, still building on that, because I think when you write an autobiography, it's like you're ending your life or something. You know what I'm saying? When people write autobiography, it's not like that's your complete life. That's just what you up to now. You might as well you might as well wait until I might as well wait till I'm like 70 to write that book. The end of 60s, going into my 70s, going into my 80s or something to write that book. But it is being typed, it is being put down on paper, and it will be a written memoir first. It will be that first. So it is what it is. So once again, I'm comfortable. That's why I'm putting my knee up and all that. I'm here comfortable, looking, chilling. And I just want to make sure that all of us are healed from any form of depression, because there's going to be some stuff coming down the pike. Like every year, there's something, but because we're going into 2020, that is that master number year when you remove the 2 zeros, but that 2 + 2 = 4. So look out from September on, especially during the election and the jobs and all that kind of stuff, and what comes in the presidency, what's going to come with the presidency. Not to scare anybody. I'm not about scaring, because at the end of the day, it's about keeping our mind at a higher level, recognizing the lower level, but saying, hey, I'm not going to let that control me. I'm not going to let that dictate how I move on and move forward. Start your business, start your own, start working and negotiating and circulating funds in your community. Start doing that. Start understanding the depth of doing that online. Start supporting a lot of us, whether through Cash App and all that. Yeah, my Cash App is King Simon 3158. $ King Simon 3158. So if you're interested, you believe the information is important. Like I said, I got a new book on depression coming out. Dr. Africa got a new book on emotional depression that's going to come out, I think, right before his birthday, around December. So I more than likely will bring him back to New York, or he's already doing online classes on his website at LailaAfrica.com. But my depression book is really a numerovation for a depressed nation. Numerovation for a depressed nation. It's helping you to recognizing the numbers. And I'm going to keep it real simple and straight to the point. I'm not going to give you a bunch of fluff. I'm going to give you some stats of depression. I'm going to give you the breakdown of numerovation, numeroversity, numerology, and all that kind of stuff in the basic opening and the introduction of it. But when I go in, I'm just going to go in, be very direct and point, because I'm a number 1 and I like things straightforward, straight to the point, no fluff to it, no long dissertation in the book. I don't want it to be a thick ass book. I want something that is a guide that you can carry around and look at the numbers and see it in your family, see it in your children, see the possible ways of children that can go through depression through their numbers. Like I've said before, 4 and 7 are the primary numbers of depression. Then 5 and 8 can also be that way also, especially 8 could be right after 7. And then 5, because 5 is usually an optimistic number. And then after 5, it could be 3 and then 2 and 1. But each one of them have their high and lows. Each person born under a number has a high and low energy connected to each one of the numbers. whether you're born on the 1st all the way to the 31st, whether you're born on the 29th of the month, it doesn't matter. You all have high and low, and I'm here to help guide you to stay on the highest point as much as you can through this next book that's coming out called Numerovation for a Depressed Nation. And the subtitle of that book is called Emotional Depression is Real. It's time to heal. Emotional depression is real. It's time to heal. That is the subtitle of that book. So, my family, let me get ready to get out of here. I am exhausted. Peace. Nice live. What's up, King Simon? Chi-Town, what's up, Lamont? Peace to you, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Lamont. Interesting name, that Lamont. See, that's why I tell people when you read people's names, you know, you can't really, with a name like Lamont, let me tell you, the first letter is the letter L, and that's a number 3. So you are a writer, Lamont. You are a writer. And then when you add the vowel to it, the first vowel that comes up after Lamont, after the L, is an A, which is a 1. So 1 and 3 is a 4. So Lamont, it always tells me just by reading, you ain't even tell me your birthday. You know, oh, you ain't even tell me your birthday, but all I needed to read is that those 2 letters in your name, L and A. That's both of them in the 2 different systems add up to the number 4. So it tells me you need structure. You need to always dot every I, cross every T. It tells me you have to keep a certain discipline about certain things that you do in your life in order for you to be successful. But you are a writer. You're supposed to, whatever books you're supposed to release or whatever you're supposed to write with music or whatever, you're supposed to let it out. See, when I do numerology in the names, oh man, that's a whole nother thing because it reveals your gifts and your talents. And it reveals your skills. So when I seen that first letter, because each letter in numerology can be transposed to a number, and each one of them at whatever point of your birth, your name tells me something, tells me a story, gives me something. You know, I can actually talk about one letter in each of your name for at least 2 to 3 minutes. To at least 2 to 3 minutes, going on 5 minutes. So each name I can go into each letter and it tells me something. And then I can go to books that will point out more. And I can go to books. I'll just point it out from my perspective. And if I need, I have a bunch of books around me and I tap into whatever I'm downloading. But if my senses tell me to go to that book, boom, I'm going to the book and it's going to pull it out. Chicago in the house. Yeah, Chicago's in the house. Chi-Town, man. I haven't been to Chicago in years, man. And that's when I was in the Nation of Islam, man. I need to come out there and do a lecture, man. If somebody bring me in, I don't mind coming out there doing a numerovation seminar and lecture, especially for the youth and all that they got. Because I think the young people need to understand that their birthdays is much more. Uh-oh. I guess y'all linking up. Ashira. Okay, Ashira and Lamont. Cuz, is that you? Oh, y'all are so good night, King Simon. How you doing? How you doing, Ashira? Big up to you. You got a powerful name too, Ashira. When I see that vowel, which is interesting that you linked up with Lamont real quick like that, because if I read the vowel and the first vowel in your name and the first consonant in your name, consonant, because that's what I did with Lamont. In numerology, it has a meaning also. So your first name, say that A that you have in your name, say you're very assertive. You're very intuitive also, Ashira. Very intuitive person. I see, because in the Pythagorean system, it adds up to a master. It adds up to, you see the 1 and 1, which is 11, but it's actually a 2. So it tells me you're very intuitive. You got to pay attention to your energy. You got to be careful of allowing people in your energy. And you got to be very structured in what you do, because in the A and the S in the Chaldean system adds up to the 1 and the 3, and L and A in Lamont's name add up to 3 and 1. So I see your connection with Lamont also in that vein. Just reading 2 letters in your name. Like I said, numerology, you could read the letters in your name and find out what that person is all about, what kind of gifts. You know what I'm saying? Sure. Hey, it's interesting, right? It's just very interesting. You know, very interesting. That's why I study numerology, because it's a real interesting name. So whatever you put up there as far as Ashira, A-S, Ashira, A-S-H. Well, I read about the first two letters in Lamont already. That's why I said you as a writer, you always need to be structured and disciplined. When I read the whole name, it's a whole different. Now, if you want your whole name, your first, middle, and last name, that's when you need to do a consultation with me. You need to do a whole consultation, and that's the only way you do that is by texting me your full name and date of birth to 347-496-1022. That's 347-496-1022. 347-496-1022. Once you get that done, which is very interesting, you will love your reading and how it serves you to help guide you in any form or fashion. That's what I'm here to do, is help to guide people to their very best. What's so interesting. So thank y'all very much for tuning in, and thank you, Lamont, and your family member, Ashira, for at least helping me use y'all as a sample, because I see the two names and I see the connection between the two names, which is quite interesting to me. And in one system, there's a very deep connection because both of y'all share the 3 and the 1 energy. And the other system, it tells me Ashira is very intuitive and have to protect her energy as much as possible because of the double 1 energy, which equals a number 2. So it tells me she has to be very careful, even in relationships with people, whether it's job, business, or family, whatever. She has to be very careful. That Ashira that name Ashira is a very, just with the A and the S, it tells me that it's a very compassionate person. That person have a lot of compassion in what they believe and what they do. That's what that shows me. With the Lamont now, the LA just tells me you can be very rigid, but you also have to maintain a certain discipline and structure and organization in what you're doing. Very important. Very important that you understand that I'm just looking at 2 letters in your name. I'm looking at 2 letters in your name. I'm not looking at your whole name. I didn't read your whole name. I just read 2 letters in your name. Very interesting. That's why I study numbers, because numbers is one of the easiest occult mystery systems that can be studied real quick, but it takes time. It takes real application. It takes you got to go in. And that's why I've become very good at what I do, just by writing down your 2 names and just writing down the 2 letters in your name. The vowel and the consonant has a meaning of its own. Then the middle number, the last number in your name has a meaning. And each one of those numbers go through years. Like Lamont, from the time you were born, that L energy resided in your name for 3 years. Then it went to the A energy, which is 1 year. Then the M, which is the 4, and then the 0, which is the 6 or the 7, or it goes through different years, amount of years that you're going through, different cycles. So yeah, it's a powerful system. So like I said, we got a workshop coming up on June the 22nd. If you want to be online with us, or you want to come in to New York and take the workshop with myself, Lloyd Strayhorn, and Kaya French, go to KingSimonProductions.eventbrite.com, KingSimonProductions.eventbrite.com. Also, we're live streaming it, and those that purchase the live stream, I repeat, those who purchase the live stream will get to see it over, watch it over again. If they can't watch it all day, they just want to purchase it and then go back to it. You got until July the 11th before I take it down. Got until July 11th. If you pay for it now, you got until July 11th. When is the online open for purchase? It's online. It's open for purchase right now. You can go to KingSimonProductions.eventbrite.com. So if you want to get that live stream, and if you can't stay all day and watch it, because it's going to be 7 hours, 7-hour live stream, and I'm going to pre-record it just in case something goes wrong with the recording, so I can still send it to you, so you won't lose out. Just in case their Wi-Fi is not strong, because I went and did a test and it was buffering a little, but I'm going to pre-tape it. I'm bringing 2 computers to pre-tape it, to tape it and record it for myself. So we will have it just in case that the Wi-Fi is not strong enough, and we will be able to send it to you anyway, send the link to you anyway, and make sure you get it and you'll be able to watch it and keep it until July the 11th, but you can watch it over. But you go to KingSimonProductions.eventbrite.com, scroll down, and you'll see live stream for the numerology, all day numerology. You'll see last day sale, last week sale for whatever. But hey, it's worth it. And I think you will learn from it. You could use it, and you could use it to help your family, your children, your friends. You could recognize who are challenges and who are your strengths, who should be around you, and who you should keep at distance, even in your families. I've learned to do that. I mean, right now I'm keeping certain family members at distance to me. I don't deal with certain family members because I recognize after all these years, although I love them and I care about my family, some of your kinfolk ain't your supportive folk. They're not supporting. Some of the people that's in your family don't support. Some of them are jealous of you. And I used to hear little things when I was a child and all that kind of stuff, and about my complexion, or they called me the prince, or because I was just the happy-go-lucky one while they was going through their struggles. All right, I'm blessed in this realm to be happy-go-lucky at a certain, but they don't know my depression because of how I picked up on their energy and all that kind of stuff. They didn't know that. So the ancestors and the creator have kept me here to be one of those healing factors to help my brothers and sisters out there that are also going through family racism. People go through family racism. People go through family molestation. It's common knowledge. I've said I've been founded by my 2 girl cousins back in my day. So how I treat women in relationship, I had to heal from that. I had to grow from that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they was envious of me. And then, what's so funny? One of them happened to be very sick, so to speak. And it came back out again. And he's almost 60 years old. Almost 60, probably 60 years old. But it came back out again. That how about my complexion. I'm like, wow, because they the lighter skin of the family and all that kind of crazy. And if they're watching this, I don't give a flying frig. I don't give like one of my martial arts teachers used to say, I don't give a rat's ass if they're watching it now. It's going to come out in my autobiography anyway, whether they're dead or alive. And I still love them and respect them. But my healing journey, your healing journey is your healing journey, just like my healing journey is my healing journey. If you got to release it, if you got to write it out, if you got to talk it out, write it out, write it out. I heard what Ian Levanzant said on the Breakfast Club and on Sway in the Morning. Go check those 2 recent ones with Ian Levanzant. She especially on the Breakfast Club, because she said something about writing the traumas down and burning them. That's a form of releasing. When you burn them and flush them down the toilet, all that kind of stuff, writing all the traumas down of people that hurt you and the things that have done to you, writing them down, and make sure you release those traumas by burning that writing that that's a form of releasing. Also, it was taught to myself and a group of people at Nicholas one time by Brother Azazel and Majade when they was married to each other. Brother Azazel said about writing the people that has hurt you on balloons, separate balloons, helium balloons, and going into a park and releasing those balloons and watching those balloons until they leave your sight. And no matter how long it takes, if it takes a long time, that means that's how deep the pain and that's how long you held in the pain. If it takes a fast time, then that's how fast the pain is going to leave. But it's a psychological thing going on there when you're releasing pain. Purple and white balloons, helium balloons. You go into a park, you write the names with magic marker on the balloons. One of them tip magic marker. Don't pop the balloon with the magic marker. Write them on the balloon. Write the name of the person that hurt you or the people that have hurt you, and release and watch it until it goes out of your sight. Follow the balloon until it goes out of your sight. I don't care if you have to turn, but you stay in that same position and you watch the balloon until it goes out of your sight, until you don't see it anymore. That's a powerful release also. The colors should be white and lavender or purple. And you write the names of those that have hurt you, those that have molested you, those that have cursed you. You want to release that. And the balloon therapy release is very good. The burning of the letter, the burning of the pain and the traumas that you've written down is also very good. Writing it and turning it into a book is also very good. I know for a fact that I'm going to have to burn one of my autobiographies. I know for a fact. I know for a fact that I have to burn one of my books. I have to buy one for myself and I have to burn it because a lot of the stuff in there is going to be painful. I know it. I have to burn it because I went through a lot. And I'm not saying that none of you have gone through a lot. All of us go through stuff. We all have our story to tell. But I went through a lot to be where I'm at. I went through Islam, I went through Hebrew, I went through Christianity, I went through Rasta, I went through all of that to maintain some type of focus and discipline. Went through the Nation of Islam, went through all of these schools. And you know who revealed that it was a school of life to me? It was a reggae artist. And I always commend him because he said it so clear and so direct, not only in his conversation with me when I was there at the community on Bushwick Avenue at the Ansar community, but also he said it in a magazine while I was flying to Jamaica. He said it in the magazine. He says, all of these different types of ways of life and systems are a school of life. It's something that you pass through, whether you graduate or not. Some people are still in the Nuwapian because that's where they chose to be. That's where they have to be. That's the school that they have not graduated out of. That's where they said some people are still in the Hebrew. Some people are still in Islam. Some people are still in the Nation. Some people are still where they are because that's where they want to be. And that's what that's what helps them to be a better person or to have some meaning with their life. I agree with that. And Jimmy Cliff, the reggae artist, and he has many sons and daughters, but I know two of them strongly. I know Lukman and I know his son Omar, and I respect those brothers immensely. And those brothers, both of them treat me like I'm their uncle because I was in the reggae world also, and I've been down that realm. And it was Jimmy Cliff that said that. And I never forgotten those words when he spoke to me back in 1985. And he told me, 1985, 1986, when he told me, to pursue your dreams, to pursue on, to live, to become that reggae artist. And I did. When I left the Ansar community in 88, although I gave up family life and I lost my connection with my first son, where we had to redevelop it. And I love him dearly now. He's doing some great work in the music. So big up to him all the time. And chasing entertainment, I lost a lot. I lost family. That's going to be in my autobiography. That's why the book is called When the Late Bell Rang. When the Late Bell Rang, the scandalous and constructive life of a promoter. I've been in the promotional world since I was a child, since I was born in a nightclub. I was born the same year my father opened up the nightclub. So I've been a part of that realm of clubbing and partying and all that stuff since I was a child, so it's powerful, powerful story I'm going to give. It's going to be an up and down roller coaster. Also, I'm writing plays, one-man plays, and I like to tour it. I like to tour one-man plays that I'm going to be writing because I got a one-man play that just goes through my whole life. It's an improvisational play that goes through my life in different segments, different parts. And, I won't be dressing up like no women, but I will be imitating some of the men and women in my family, but I won't be dressing up like no woman. You won't catch that. Sorry. I don't have to do that. But I will be channeling my ancestors. You can see in the background, my ancestors back there, my grandmothers, my Cuban and my Jamaican side of my ancestry. I will be channeling them. In many forms and many fashions because they come to me in many dreams. So, had to let people go, energy vampires. Yeah, Lamont, you got to let people go. See, woo, matter of fact, let me look at your name real quick. And don't even tell me your birthday. Let me look at your name real quick. So let's deal with the Pythagorean system. 3 + 1 + That's 21. Yeah. And 4 plus 11 plus 9 equals. Yeah, Lamont. You definitely had to let go family members, probably some real interesting things that have gone on in your family that you still have healing from, but you do have to express it in some way. You got to let it go. You got to let it go through either writing but definitely forgiveness, because in the Chaldean system, your name adds up to a 24, which is a 6. And in the Pythagorean system, it adds up to a 21, which is a 3. So the 3 deals with expression and expansion, but also expressing that pain that happened in the family, or that has happened between either the male or the female figures in the family. And you got to release it through either writing, through either doing that balloon therapy, which is good, or counseling or some type of therapy. But you do have to release it, Lamont, according to your name, and the predominant numbers in your name happens to be 4. 4 is the predominant number in your name. Predominantly is the 4 that pops up at least. Let me see. In the Chaldean and the Pythagorean system, the unifying of the two numbers, the 4 pops up. So definitely you need to really write, pinpoint it, go delve straight into it, because with the amount of 4s you have with the name Lamont, you also have to be careful of secret haters. Secret haters, that number 4 energy, that secret hatred energy. And you could be sleeping with the enemy and you don't know. You could be sleeping with the enemy and you don't know, in relationships and all that kind of stuff. But the more you heal and let go is the more you become better. The more you heal and let go, the more you become better. And you are a healer. You are a healer, but you're going to be healing through your writing. You got to heal through your writing. You got to heal through your writing. Got to heal through your writing, and then it will move on forward to, like Lamont Hill. Lamont Hill is a writer and he's a speaker. Think about that. Lamont Hill is a writer and a speaker. His name tells me he has to write. He has to write. He's been through his stuff too. But Lamont Hill is a speaker, but I'm just dealing with his name. I'm not even dealing with his birthday. Okay, so interesting. Yeah, it's always around, but that is something you have to overcome in this realm. Secret haters are always going to be around, and at certain points of your time, but because you have predominantly a lot of 4s in your name, when I do the combination of the Chaldean and the Pythagorean, you have 3 4s. So anything over 2 or 3, 4, 3 numbers, 3 amount of numbers, or 4 of anything that keeps on showing up, you have to look out for that. But the positive of that is that 4 is you have to maintain your structure and make sure you're clear in how you communicate with people. Whether you have to dot every I when you're emailing, whether you texting, you got to make sure you reread your stuff before you send it out, because people will misunderstand you. People will misunderstand you. It comes with that misunderstanding when you have a multitude of 4s in your name. That 4 and that 7, those numbers there, whoo. See, 4 and 9, let's go into 4 and 9. Those are the hater numbers. 4 is the secret hater numbers, and 9 is the straight up in your face hatred numbers. So people that have 9, because 9 is such a confident number. Some people wish they could be like the 9s, or people born on the 9, 8, or the 27. They wish they could be like them. And because 9s say what they mean and mean what they say, they can on the other side of the 9, instead of being that loving energy, they can be very destructive with their tongue and their mouth. It's because they just like to say, what it is. And some people can't take what they say what it is as a number 9. So look, I've been on here for an hour. I got to get out of here. It's 3:00 right now in New York City, 5 after 3. And I enjoyed this. I'm always going to enjoy it. And like I said, if you want to do a consultation with me, please text me your full name and date of birth. I go through it. And then I give you the basic talents, the basic strengths of your full day and birth too. I give you the basic talents of your destiny number. I give you the basic strong talents, numerovation talents of your core numbers, so it can resonate with you, and you should learn to, because what's so funny about that, family, even if you don't use your talents, it's going to be with you. Even if you don't, if I didn't write, if I didn't get on a microphone, it will still be on me, because in some form or fashion, my battery's running out in my phone. In some form of fashion, what's so interesting is that if you don't use your talents will just die with you. But they come back to you, they come through you in spurts, whether you're communicating with people one-on-one, whether you're communicating with friends, or you're just at a party set and just chilling out and talking to people. Whether you do it on a higher level or lower level is totally up to you. Everything is in your own hands. Everything is in your own hand. And I remember what Dr. Farah Gray said. And Dr. Farah Gray is Khalid Muhammad's son. If you don't know who Farah Gray is, go Google him up and get his book, Real in There and Get Rich. I forgot the name. I think it's Get Rich and Get Real. Yeah, Get Rich and Get Real. That's Dr. Khalid's son, Dr. Khalid Muhammad's son. Get his books. But he said one time, everything you want is on the other side of fear. It resonated with me years ago. Everything you want is on the other side of fear. Everything you want to accomplish, everything you want to do in life, anything you want to is on the other side of fear. That's why they used to say, the only thing you have to fear is fear itself. I think that was said by one of the presidents. Everything you fear, the only thing you got to fear is fear itself. So stop fearing. Use it to push through and get over it and take it to the next level. Once you get over that fear, watch what happens. Believe me, it helped me. I used to be afraid of the microphone, and then when I master that microphone, guess what? I get in front of that microphone, I can do no wrong. Like I wrote in this book, No Promotion is Bad, No Promotion is Bad Promotion. I wrote in that book, I said, I can do no wrong when I get on that microphone, because I feel I have power. And you do have power. That's why you have to respect the microphone. The microphone, your voice is a weapon. And although people used to say sticks and stones may break your bones, but names will never hurt me, that's not a lie. That's a lie. Sometimes words cut deeper than knives. Sometimes words cut deeper than knives. You could say something to a child that will upset a child for the rest of their life. That will keep him hurt and in a low frequency place for the rest of their life. If an abused child keep on getting abused, then they will always stay in that abused mentality, So once again, if you want to do a numerology session and consultation with me, I don't do readings, I do consultations. Text me your full name and date of birth to 347-496-1022. That's 347-496-1022. Text me your full name and date of birth. If you want to come to any of my lectures or go to the live streams, 347, not my email. You can go to kingsimonproductions.eventbrite.com. That's kingsimonproductions.eventbrite.com. If you want to find out information, get my bio, whatever, you can go to kingsimonproductions.wordpress.com. That's kingsimonproductions.wordpress.com. Love and light, family. Respect. My book, Numbers Are Simple. Our children's health is important. We also got the vaccine exemption numbers to get in contact with people to get yourself vaccine exempt. Numbers are simple. People are complicated. Amazon and Kindle. No Promotion is Bad Promotion on Amazon and Kindle. And also my new book that I'm going to be self-publishing, and it's going to be called Numerovation for a Depressed Nation. Numerovation for a Depressed Nation. Motivating you with numbers, because a lot of us are going through depression and more is coming up. And heal. It's time to heal, family. It's time to heal. Chicago, it's time to heal. England, it's time to heal. New York, it's time to heal. Canada, it's time to heal. Caribbeans, it's time to heal. It's time to heal, family. Africa, it's time to heal. Africans in Japan, it's time to heal. The Africans in China, it's time to heal. People around the world, it's time to heal. There's no time for arguments and lower frequency stuff. I'm tired of it. I can't even, I don't even watch it no more. I probably watch it for entertainment for a few minutes, but I just realized that my mind needs more. It needs positive stuff. It needs to energize. I did all the hateful, crazy stuff in my younger days. So it's time to heal. It's time to heal. Time to heal. It's time to heal. It's time to heal. Even if you have to move from your family, even if you have to leave that wife or leave that husband, if they're not helping for you to be your very best, it's time to heal. Sometimes it's better to just be friends and take care of the children than be in a relationship that's not affirming, not strong, not a building process. It's time to heal. It's time to heal. And I'm gonna keep on saying it's time to heal. That's why I'm writing that depression book. It's called NUMEROVATION for a depressed nation. Emotional depression is real. It's time to heal. Have a great day, afternoon, or evening, wherever you may be on this planet Earth. I love and respect all of you. Thank you very much for listening, for even staying up and listening to me, go into what I get into. And like I said, if you want a numerology session, please text me your full name and date of birth to 347-496-1022. Be a part of the solution, not a part of the problem.